Well, folks, we made it to November. Yesterday was Halloween, and today I am so grateful that I do not have school. Today is Saturday as I'm recording this, and I'm so grateful that I don't have school today because half of the kids are probably still riding that sugar high, and the other half of the kids are probably in that sugar coma right now. But now that we are in November, it reminds me that the beautiful colors, the beautiful leaves on my trees are going to soon start to fall in droves. And it's a good time, if you haven't done so already, to break out those fall and leaf songs. And one that I like to use that's not technically a fall song but works for this case is the poem Who Has Seen the Wind by Christina Rossetti. Hi, if we have not met yet, my name is Erin and I'm a K-5 elementary music teacher in Northern Indiana, and I'm also the teacher author behind From Do Re Mi to You. And in this video, I want to show you how I use the poem and song Who Has Seen the Wind in order to teach lo la. So I will tell you right now, I'm going to go through my entire process, but if you would like to use the resources and slides that I use in my own classroom, I'll have the link down below. Let's get started. Now, on day one, I focus on teaching the song and reviewing the rhythm. Now, this is an interesting song because it's actually originally a poem by Christina Rossetti. And there was a recent thread on Facebook in the AOSA discussion Facebook page as to who wrote the melody, Who Has Seen the Wind. And I think we came up as a collective group that it was Carole King who wrote the book Recorder Roots that wrote the melody for this. Now, my fourth graders technically already learned the song back in second grade because I now use it as a way to prep half notes by teaching tied quarter notes. So I don't need to teach it from scratch. But if I were, I would actually just start with the contour first and have them listen for what's same and what's different. Do 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 do. Now, they should notice that 1 and 2 are the same. 3 is different. Sometimes kids will say that 4 is the same as the beginning, but when they listen to it again, do 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 versus do 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 do, they'll recognize it starts the same, but this one goes back down. Once they have understood the contour, then we add the words in. Who has seen the wind? Neither I nor you. But when leaves sing trembling, the wind is passing through. Now, since my fourth graders learned the song back in second grade, they will probably remember the preparatory activity that I did, where they put the rhythm in their feet, toddy, toddy, and then we stop on the half notes, two, toddy, toddy, two, toddy, 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 two. And all those half notes, they'll take a scarf and swing it for 2 beats. It was really lovely and fun. The kids really enjoyed it. And I would have different groups come take turns on the xylophones to play a bourdon on E and B. So if there's time, I can have them review what they did back in second grade. But then comes day 2. On day 2, we're going to get into the meat of our lesson, presenting lo la. So the next time I see them, I'm going to have them start off by reviewing the term pitch or melody, which is how high or how low the note is. When they see the music now, it's not going to be linear. Instead, it's going to use those icons and show the contour or the shape of the melody. Now, usually I have my students sit on the floor, so I want to show them first with levels. So I would probably do the floor, which you can't see, for lo la, the lap for do, re on your waist, and then mi on the shoulders. But I'll have them sing it first with levels. Who has seen the wind? Neither I nor you. But when leaves hang trembling, the wind is passing through. Now, the next step is to add the solfege that they know. But we're going to come across 2 problems. Number 1, there's a mystery note that we don't know. And number 2, that note is lower than do. Now, I know my kids, they know where my solfege posters are, they use them a lot, but my first note is do, or my lowest note is do, and my highest note is do. So how can there be something below do, right? So they notice that my question mark is lower than all the other ones. So I have them sing the solfege on mi, re, do, lo, and we'll sing the song that way. Lo, lo, do, re, mi, lo, lo, do, re, mi, re, re, do, do, lo, lo, do, do, lo. Now, when it comes to teaching more complicated concepts like this, me personally, I am a visual learner. I need to see something in order to understand this. So I like using the piano to help them. So I showed them a picture of a piano keyboard and I asked them, how many keys are on the piano? And they may say, some of them may know if they take piano lessons, but there are 88 keys on the piano. If there are 88 keys on the piano, surely I have to have more notes than just do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? Well, if I start on do and I end on the next do, really that high do is just the beginning of the next pattern of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So if I can extend my pattern upwards, I can also extend my pattern downwards. And I even will show them on the screen with the keyboard on the screen. If I put my finger on C, which is the white key right before the two black keys, and I count up 7 more notes, I will end up on the next C, and they can visually see that pattern of white and black keys on the piano. So the same thing happens with our solfege. So we can absolutely have notes that are lower than do, like lo, la. Now, when we sing lo, la, we don't say lo, la, we just sing la, but our hand is lower and our voice is lower. So then we would sing it again, la, la, do, re, mi, la, la, do, re, mi, re, re, do, do, la, la, do, do, la. Now that we have sung our new solfege, now it's time to figure out where it lives on the staff. Now, my students learned la way back in 1st grade, and we know that if do is on a line, la does not copy. It's on a space, 3 spaces above, in fact, and then vice versa if do is on a space. But lo, la does copy do. So if do is on a line, lo, la is on the line below it. And if do is on the space, then lo, la is on the space below it. And in my version of the song, do and lo, la are both on lines. So I have them read the music on the 5-line staff with iconic notation and then the actual written music notation. And then they are reading lo, la, which is really exciting. So once students have learned lo, la, there are so many different ways you can extend this song. Because it's really short, there's a lot of things that you can do with it. Number 1, you can add xylophones. Now, if you teach recorders as well, there is a fabulous arrangement of Who Has Seen the Wind in Carole King's Recorder Roots book. I believe she's the actual composer of the melody. And I also have the song in my recorder curriculum, Joyful Noise. But if you are not teaching recorders right now, I often will actually just choose a simple broken board tune, E, B, just to keep it simple as they play. And then you can also add a second part where you have glockenspiels or metallophones playing on octave E's on the second beat of every half note. Who has seen the wind? Neither I nor you. But when leaves hang trembling, the wind is passing through. And because the song is so short, this would also be a really good opportunity to add a soundscape. Now, I have talked about soundscapes before. This is where you create a kind of like an atmosphere of sounds to create a certain effect or a mood. And you could have students create a windy soundscape. What sounds or movements would kind of recreate the wind blowing through trees? And I will say this right now, you may think that that's kind of babyish and more for like kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade. But even my bigger kids get really into these things as well. And then you can have your soundscape, you can have your singing and xylophones or recorders if you wanted to add them, and turn it into like an ABA performance piece, which is really fun to bring a principal or a teacher into the classroom to watch or record and put on your school platform. The next step, as always, is to review, and then again, review some more. Now, I see my students twice a week, so on the first day that I see them, we always do a quick solfege review, and on day 2, we always do a quick rhythm review. So the first day after we've learned low la that I see them, I want to do a quick review on low la. So I have a set of 10 solfege or melodic flashcards that I'll put up on the screen. I sometimes will put a backing track on kind of in E minor so they have a tonal center to listen to, but I like going through the slides at my own pace so I can really make sure that they understand the melodies and the hand signs. Now, you can also play different games. This is a good opportunity to practice their oral skills through a Which Melody game that I wrote, where they will hear one melody and see 2 options, and they have to click on the melody that they hear. And I've done this as a full class lesson where they show me 1 or 2 for the answer. If you have a sub one day, this may be a song that you push out on Google Classroom, and then they can play it on their Chromebooks as well. And last but not least, worksheets can also be a good tool for practicing and assessing skills. You can use them again as a full class activity or centers, and they can practice copying or writing melodies, composing, and again, developing those oral skills. So I guess the rhetorical question is, who has seen the wind, right? I love the fact that this simple short poem can be used as a powerful tool for teaching rhythm, adding recorders, and everything else. It's short and simple, but the kids absolutely love it. And I hope this teaching process was really helpful for you. If you want to make your planning even simpler, I have all of my teaching resources for the song down below. My goal in all these videos is really just to help you guys gain some of your time back and be able to teach effectively and inspire your students. So I would love to hear, what songs do you use to teach low la in the classroom? And what are your favorite minor songs? I want to expand my range of minor songs. I hope this was helpful for you. And as always, happy musicking.